Welcome to Yin Yoga. Find a comfortable seat to start with, whether you're kneeling. You could even be lying down if you like, that's okay. Just something comfortable. Use this opportunity to tune into your body. Noticing where there's tightness, maybe pain, limitation, maybe noticing openness, strength, flexibility, range of motion. Take notice of your posture for now. We're going to be working on the back in a slightly different way today. Usually with the back we do a lot of back stretching. Today we're going to do back extension work, so you'll need a bolster, a towel or a blanket, blocks, strap. And whichever position you've chosen to sit or lie in, just notice your posture. Bring your hands to your hips. Notice if the hips feel even or uneven. Push down on one hip and then the other. Sometimes we have the hips creating a lot of back issues. Push down on both hips. And as you push down, imagine the spine growing tall. Allowing for a deeper, slow, gentle breath in. Exhale, release the hips, and just once again notice the posture. Our first shape will require a bolster and a towel or blanket. And the towel or blanket can be just folded normally. And the bolster is going to be set up lengthways behind your back. Have the towel or blanket handy. Turn your back on the bolster. Sit bones on the mat, and then slowly bending the elbows, lay yourself gently down onto the bolster, bringing the knees together, feet apart. And for now, take the blanket or towel under the head if you feel too much neck extension. So we're going to be, in other words, the chin is pointing up. Try to have the chin in a neutral position to begin with. Bring your attention back to your breathing. And when the breath starts to calm down, extend the left leg out and let the right knee fall to the side, opening up the right hip, the sole of the foot against the extended thigh. Tree pose on the back. If there's too much intensity on that right hip because the knee is sticking up in the air, take a block and wedge it underneath your thigh until you feel the stretch in the groin without pain. So you can adjust the block gradually over time as the thigh settles by pushing the block further towards the knee. When the breath settles, extend the left arm over the head and let's extend the left arm over the head with a block. So you've got the block in that left hand, you place it on the ground and you rest your hand on the block. So the block on the tall setting When you found the new shape, when the sensations of the body start to settle, gradually slow the breath down once again, breathing more gently, more smoothly. For 5 more breaths. On the 5th breath, take that same block and same arm out perpendicular to the shoulder, this time palm down. And you might take the block down 1 or 2 levels, or even the hand all the way to the floor if that suits. So you find the shoulder pressure that's appropriate for your shoulder. I seem to like the flat block height. Once again, waiting for the sensations to settle and the shoulder to settle. Letting the breath naturally slow down. And then unnaturally increasing the depth of the breath slowly, smoothly and gently. So the breathing is both an autonomic nervous system activity. It operates automatically, but it's also something you can affect, manipulate, control. So when the breath automatically settles, then you start to take over with conscious, slow, gentle breaths. Three more breaths. And then slowly bringing that arm back beside the hips, relaxing in your tree pose. Extend the right leg and just simply notice the difference between the sides of the body. The upper left and the lower right. Connected through fascia, through muscle, through blood vessels. And slowly bending the left knee, coming into your tree pose on the other side. And once again, taking that block behind you. Right arm comes behind you, resting the back of the hand on the setting of the block that feels good. Wait for your breathing to catch up. New shape, new side. The breathing will be like startled birds. It changes, it speeds up, it gets stuttery. But as you settle into the new shape, as you adjust the birds, the breath will settle back into their perch and relax. You'll find a natural breathing rhythm and depth, and then slowly increase the depth, slowing the speed. Taking conscious control of this essential breath. Three more breaths. And then slowly adjusting the arm and the shoulder out to the side. Hand on floor or block, palm down. Birds and breath are startled once again. And once they realize it's safe to do so, they settle. Take over conscious control of the breathing, slowing it down, extending gently breath by breath. Through the nose. Three more breaths. And extending left leg, coming out to the right, arms beside the hips. Bend the knees and bring the knees together, feet apart, into your teepee with back extension, and bring both hands to the jawbone, to the chin. Pinch between the thumb, the index finger and the middle finger. Just pinch the chin. Squeeze it firmly. And then move the hands apart a little bit, following the jaw line, the chin line, out into the jaw, the lower jaw. Pinch again. And again, there's a whole series of pressure points here in the jaw. They might be quite sensitive. Pressing firmly. Once again, somewhere between 60 and 80% of toleration. Working your way around to where the jaw bone angles up into the ears. And just after the angle, just below the ears, press your two fingers, not the thumb, and slightly push the jaw forward, finding quite a sensitive pressure point here. You might even feel the jaw slide, the bottom teeth slide forward. So the bottom lip protrudes beyond the top lip. And this will be important later for our work on the back. So once again, a sensitive spot. Reduce the pressure if it gets overwhelming. And gently release and bring the hands back beside you. Open both knees out, feet together, both hips open into butterfly. Support the thighs with blocks or cushions if it's too much. Keeping the knees extended, push the low back into your bolster and lift the chin up a little bit so your head is floating above the bolster. Remove the towel and replace the towel with clasped hands, elbows out. Double butterfly, elbows out, knees out. Keeping the clasp, take the pads of the thumbs and locate where the skull meets the neck, just behind the ears. As you press the thumb tips into the skull line, the occiput or the occipital ridge, once again you'll find some pressure points that feel a little sensitive. Hold even pressure on those points. For 3 more breaths. Slowly bring the knees up, feet together, knees together, glue the inner thighs together. Push the low back into your bolster, into your mat. Take a slow breath in, and as you exhale, pick the head up, supporting the head this time, so the clasped hands. You can release the thumb grips on the skull and replace a squeezing action between the palms of the hands into the base of the skull. This will start to bring the elbows towards each other. Continue that motion. And as you squeeze the elbows closer together, the chin starts to move towards the chest, tractioning out the upper back between the shoulder blades, the neck, and also starting to pull the skull away from the neck. So squeeze now, jamming the sides of the skull between the forearms, squeezing the back of the head with the hands, strong grip. Closed butterfly. Wait for the startled breathing to relax and settle. Keep pushing the low back down, so you're engaging the legs are squeezing here. The abdominals are working. Holding this compression for 3 more breaths. And then laying the vertebra of the spine down slowly, one by one, opening the elbows, keeping the chin tucked. until the neck is back, opening. Open the knees, double butterfly, open. Release the hands behind the head without replacing the towel. So there's more of a head tilt now. Wait for the breath to slow down and calm down. Couple more pressure points on the face before we leave. The pressure points on the face. Take the thumbs, find your cheekbones and put the thumbs just below the cheekbones. And start to press into that semi-soft, semi-hard area. You'll probably feel where the teeth are in the upper jaw, just below the cheekbones. Press in to 60-70% tolerance for 3, 2, 1. And then take the thumb straight up under the eyebrows where the eye socket begins, and you can feel the edge of the cave that contains the eye sockets just below the eyebrows. Be very careful here and start to look for the pressure points along that ridge, finding something interesting and hold 60 to 70%. The closer you come to the bridge of the nose, the more it might hurt. For 3, 2, gently release, relax, and now slowly extend both legs out. Bring the hands beside the bum, palm down. Drop the elbows down and lift yourself up. So you're lying, the back of your back is still against the bolster, but you've got some pressure in your forearms and elbows and hands. So be very mindful in this next part. Feet together, glued. Drive out through the heel bones, toes curled back, so legs are activated. If this is too much, you'll modify. Drop the back of the head back so you're stretching the throat, looking up at the ceiling, and keeping that posture. Lower the head down to the bolster, but keep the throat stretch into this supported fish pose. And remembering the feeling that you created when you pushed the pressure points behind the jaw and the lower teeth protruded past the front teeth, stretching the throat even more so if you speak you sound funny. If you took a photo, you would look funny, like you're pulling a face. Giving a big stretch through the throat, into the chin, down into the heart. And relax the arms and shoulders. Breathing through the nose, waiting for the breath to settle. Relax the jaw. Tilt the head forward a little bit, lengthening the back of the neck. Bending the knees. Glue the knees together, feet together, thighs together. Press the lower back into the bolster. Clasp the hands behind the head. Slowly pick the head up and drop the chin towards the chest. Just moderately squeezing the skull this time. Just to traction out the back of the neck after that work. Keep the head elevated, chin tucked. Release the hands and bring the hands beside you, beside your upper waist, and push down and slowly come up off your bolster. Keeping the arms straight, hands pressed into the floor. Walk the feet a little wider apart and support yourself with a big open chest. So you've been opening the chest all this time. And now your hands, you're leaning back into the hands. Hands are spread, fingers are pointing towards your feet. You feel your triceps and arms engaged. And then slowly windshield wipering the legs side to side. I want you to become conscious of your fingers as you do this. As the knees fall to the left, come up onto the fingertips of the right hand. So you've created an umbrella shape with the fingertips of the right hand. So we're just working the digits here. When you come to the other side, vice versa, come onto the fingertips. So you're working those fingertips as you rotate. And that starts to prepare us for the full spinal twist. The next time the knees fall to that right side, left hand sweeps around. And if you can, try to keep the right hand in its original position so you feel that stretch, that twist in the arm itself, that right arm. Look behind you. Slowly come back. Fingers oriented forwards again so you get the twist in the arm. Knees drop to the left. Come onto the fingertips and then sweep that hand around. Feeling the twist right down through the shoulder, arm, into the spine. Turning the head as well. Let's try 2 more in each direction in your own time. They don't have to be fast. You could do more if you like. So feeling a lot of work in the hands, fingers, and wrists here. Exhale, release. All right, let's regather ourselves. Have all your props handy. And once again, we'll have the bolster as our first and major prop. And this time, instead of the bolster being long ways behind your back, it's behind your back crossways. No, let's change that. Let's bring it under the thighs. Slowly come down. And then scoop the bolster towards your hips. Lift your hips and place the bolster underneath the hips this time. Make sure your strap is handy. Let the breath settle. Then manipulate by slowing it down, drawing the breath out, increasing the intake. And then bringing both knees up, squeezing both knees in towards the ribs, tractioning out the low back. So we've just spent a lot of time back bending. Now we're tractioning out the low back, squeezing the thighs. Some of you might like to come into a crunch here and lift the head and wrap your elbows around the thighs and bear hug the thighs towards the hips and then lower the head. Ooh, yeah, there's some serious traction. If you feel discomfort in the back of the neck because the chin is lifted too much, you can support it with a rolled up towel or prop. Slowly release the grip, let the feet float to the sky into your waterfall pose. Toes go back. Imagine you're holding a tray on the bottom of your feet, and you don't want to tip the tray. Now we're going to work on an interesting pressure point for the hands. You take the left hand and you take the left index finger and touch the pad just below the thumb on the heel palm. So the three fingers that are remaining want to curl down, but you're going to take your other hand and push them backwards, and you should feel quite some sensation down through the carpal tunnel area. If you're not used to this, it might even be painful. So be careful here. Keep contact with the index finger on the heel palm. You can bring your thumb behind the knuckles of the three fingers to help straighten them out as you pull back. How are your feet in waterfall? Are they tipping the tray? Come back. Keep the knees engaged, keep the legs active, and release the left hand. Let's do the same with the right hand. The index finger touches the fleshy part below the thumb on the heel palm. The three remaining fingers are going to be pulled backwards and stretched out to the degree that's safe. Don't overdo it. Going to be here for a while. How's your tray? And release that right hand. Open and close the fingers, little flashlights. How's the tray? Check your feet, check your knees, engage. Now one more pressure point on the hands before we go. Look at the back of the left hand. The thumb points out, the other four fingers point up. Take the right hand along the thumb, working its way down to where the thumb joins the hand, and you'll find a hollow, a fleshy, soft hollow, just above where the thumb joins the hand. Nice and soft. There's a nice pressure point there. You can apply a lot of pressure to that point. Push down with your right thumb. Push, push, push. Release if it's too much. Oh yeah. How's your tray? Engage those legs. For 3, 2, and shake out that left hand. Locate the same spot on the right hand. Left thumb presses in. It might be as sensitive or less. Check your tray, engage your legs. And then squeeze. You can squeeze consistently or pulse the squeeze in and out into that pressure point. Check your tray, engage your legs. And release. The hand shakes the hands out. Grab your strap. Drop. Bend both knees so you're in tabletop. Keep the knees together, ankles together, so your knees are directly above your hips. Shins are parallel to the ground. Point the toes, flex the toes. Just point and flex. Just activate the feet. Point and flex. Point, calf muscle contracts. Flex the feet back, calf muscle stretches. So you're working Achilles and calf in tabletop. Point the toes, keep the right knee bent, right knee in tabletop, tap the left foot to the floor and bring it back up to join the right in tabletop. Keep left knee, left shin in tabletop, tap the right and bring it back up to join. 5 more on each side. Tap, return, tap, return. Keep the hips steady. Don't rock the hips. 3, 2, last one. Now drop the left foot and bring the right knee up. Hug into your ribs, extend the left leg out, toes curled back. Imagine your left foot is trying to locate the wall opposite it. It's really reaching. Put the strap over the arch of that right foot and extend the leg. Let's just activate the fascia here by flossing the bottom of the foot. Pull down firmly so the bottom of the foot gets massaged. And then walk the strap to where the arch meets the heel. Extend. Heel to heaven, toes curled back. Strong arms pulling down on the strap so there's lots of resistance on the foot. While the foot is in flexion, rotate the foot outwards so you create a Charlie Chaplin foot in the air. There's a twist in the foot. The leg stays where it is, but now you get a different stretch on the inside calf muscle. Keep driving up through the heel. Bring the foot back to neutral so the toes are pointing in the same direction as your knee. And then you're going to internally rotate that foot, getting an external stretch on the calf muscle. Might feel intense. So we're activating all the way down to the feet here. Come back to neutral, rotate once more externally. neutral, internally. Neutral. Now see if you can bring that foot back more, an inch more. For 3, 2, 1. Take both ends of the strap into the right hand. I like to wrap my strap around the hand so it's kind of, the strap is almost tied that right foot. Bend the left knee and hug the left knee in towards the ribs, and as you do, pull that foot back even more. Straddle the right leg out to the right. The left knee will fall to the left a little bit. Keep the toes curled back. Drive out through the right heel. Keep the tension in that right leg. That right foot's trying to reach the wall opposite. Three more breaths here. Take a slow breath in, and as you exhale, squeeze the butt and see if you can bring that leg back on its own energy rather than pulling it back. Release the strap. Release both legs. Both legs extend. Bring the hands together in prayer position, fingers pointing towards the ceiling. And simply approach, so let the shoulder blades come apart, the shoulders stay on the ground, so the fingers go closer to the ceiling. Keeping the arms strong and rigid. And now squeeze the shoulder blades back together so the hands come closer to you, but you have squeezed shoulder blades. And slowly relax the shoulder blades. Keep the arms pointing up. Let the shoulder blades come apart so the hands reach higher. It's as if the shoulder blades are pushing the hands up. You're not pulling the shoulder blades apart. They're moving the hands. One more retraction, pulling back and squeezing. And in that retraction, breathe in a way where your ribs, your lower ribs, are trying to reach your hips. So you're firming your abdominals. Keep that firmness engaged. Curl the toes back on both feet and slowly raise the prayer hands over the head, keeping the ribs glued towards the ribs, towards the hips, and reach. So you're not pulling the rib cage or the lower ribs away from the hips. You're trying to, so you squeeze the buttocks, you squeeze the hamstrings to really hold. You're slightly tucking the pelvis to counteract the natural tendency for the ribs to pop the ribs up. And then slowly come back. And relax. Pick up the left knee this time and hug the left knee and extend the right leg out. Good squeeze. Push out through that right foot. We're really trying to activate You should feel something in that right hip flexor as you do that. The more you push, the more you feel that right hip flexor starting to want to stretch out. Find your strap once again, locate the foot, extend heel to heaven, toes curled back, strong grip on the strap, feeling the hamstring stretch, calf muscle stretch. Drive out through the right heel. Keep the toes curled back. Externally rotate that left foot, toes point out, so you feel the stretch move to the inside of your calf muscle a bit. You might even feel this all the way down through the IT band. Rotate as much as you can without compromising. Inhale the foot back to neutral. Internally rotate so the big toe points towards the right side of the body. Still driving out through the heel bone. Getting a new twist down through the leg. With that rotation. Inhale, neutral. Let's do that once more. Externally rotate. Keep driving through the heel bone. We want to keep that length in that leg. Neutral, internally rotate. Keep driving out through that right leg. Both heels pushing away. Come back to neutral and now see if you can bring that back about another 2-3 inches, deepening the stretch after that twist. Take both ends of the strap into the left hand. Pick up the right knee, hugging right knee in towards your right shoulder. Now pull that left leg back more. Oh yeah. You should have got a few more inches. And then bringing that left leg out slowly with control. Drive out through the heel bone. Right knee falls to the right a little bit. Creating that adductor stretch. Five more breaths. Keep the left leg active. Trying to reach that opposite wall. See if you can use the leg's energy, the leg strength to bring that leg back rather than pulling it back. Release the strap. Release the legs. Extend the legs. Bring the arms out 90 degrees, bend the elbows. Elbows resting on the ground, perpendicular to the shoulders. Right angle bend with the elbows. Palms facing your feet. Curl the toes back. Let the left hand fall forward and the right hand fall backwards, so you look like a Z shape, a Z shape, through the hands, chest and arms. Switch Swastikasana. Left hand comes back, right hand comes down. Keeping the left hand where it is, bring the right hand back so you're in cactus pose. And see if you can take that popped rib back down, trying to sew together your rib into your hip as you breathe. So the breath is forced into the back body. And changing from cactus to scarecrow, bring both hands down to the ground beside you. Bring both feet onto your mat, lift your hips and remove your bolster. Let the knees come up, hands out to the side, and simply sway from side to side. The next time the knees come to the left, rest the bottom knee on the ground. Keep the feet together. If the left knee is separated from the bottom knee, you can gently pull down with the left hand, increasing that rotation. Gently change sides. Using the right hand if there's availability on that left knee. Roll all the way over to your right side and curl up into a little ball. Support the head with your arm. And then gently press your way up. Bring your bolster in front of you. And walk your knees up about a third of the way up the bolster, halfway, and then sink back. Maybe you want the bolster to be under your buttocks. Come down onto your elbows, coming into child pose on the bolster, resting the head on the bolster. Wait for the breath to settle and then consciously take over the breathing, slowing it down, letting it become gentler and fuller. Slowly press into the hands, coming up. If you can sit on your bolster in a kneeling position, do so. If that's too much, bring a block underneath your buttocks so you're up a bit higher and it takes pressure off the knees. And we'll finish with one more pressure point. Locate the soles of your feet with your thumbs, your arches and thumbs, and press down into the arch of the foot until you locate a sensitive point. And when you have, just hold it there and press down with the thumbs to 60 to 80% tolerance, finding that pressure point in the arch. And it may vary, and there may be several. I'm finding my favorite towards the heel and on the inner side, on the inner edge. You could use a knuckle, your finger knuckle, if that's more powerful. Oh yeah. And then slowly releasing, bringing the hands to the chest. Thankful for our vessels that transport us everywhere. And thank you for your attendance today. Great to see you. Namaste.